What is up, everyone? It's DV, and today I'm going to be showing you a new farm type. So basically you can use this for auto farming different types of crops, and the nice thing about this is you can actually extend this really far. So this is going to be really cool. It's actually a pretty straightforward design once I show you how to do it, and we're going to actually use it to make a seasonal auto farm. You might ask, what is a seasonal auto farm? It's pretty much pumpkin seeds and radish seeds, right? Because radish seeds come around during spring, and then of course pumpkin seeds come around, the fall time. And the problem is these do not have any kind of totems, right? So how are you supposed to auto farm this? If you wanted to, you have to manually farm it, right? So I've got a solution that is actually going to make it so you don't actually need to manually harvest these. And what's nice about these is these are actually the best crops in the game, right? So whenever Cletus comes around to your island, you can sell these to him. So the problem is right now, by the time Cletus comes around, you got to go and scramble and harvest, and it's actually not even worth doing without this technique. Without this technique, if you're just harvesting like a handful of crops every day, it's just not going to make you enough money to make it worthwhile. So this technique will actually make it completely worthwhile. You will need some kind of auto clicker and key presser. Again, you don't need a macro, you just need a key presser and an auto clicker. Macros are definitely a great way to go if you don't have an auto key presser of any kind or an auto clicker of any kind. Then you could still use a macro tool. If you're on mobile, this will still work for you. This actually makes things a little bit more convenient. If you're on mobile, you don't have to move, you don't have to run. But before I begin, if you can hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's go back over to my island. Hopefully it's daytime finally, because man, it wasn't daytime a second ago. Yes, it's daytime. All right, so how we're gonna do this, we're actually gonna grab our glass here, because glass is just so much easier to build on. So I'm actually gonna auto click up, and you wanna go pretty high on this. You don't wanna go too low with it. You wanna go pretty high. So we're gonna go all the way up here, and we're just gonna keep going. And the nice thing about this, it just gives us the flexibility. And again, if you come down and drop down, look at where you're gonna be. You're gonna be at the very top of this, right? So that is incredibly important. Now what we're gonna do is we're pretty much gonna take our conveyors, right? And we're going to swap them so that they go this direction. So you're gonna hit the R key or rotate. You don't need any kind of blocks to be able to place these down. You do need to have something as a base for where you can actually build these, but you can just build off of each other, right? So you can just kind of do it like this. So you don't need any kind of blocks under the conveyors. That saves you a lot of block count. And we're pretty much gonna go all the way across here, okay? So we're going all the way this way. We're gonna try to go as far as we can with this. We only have we do have 522 conveyors. Shouldn't be a problem. You only need straight conveyors on this. You don't need any kind of left or right turns, just straight conveyors. And then we're gonna need some grass after this. And so we're gonna build off of this little setup here. And so this is gonna be a really great auto farm for us to be able to get these seasonals. And I'm probably not gonna keep this farm, just so you know, because I did reset my island. You can probably see how crazy my island looks. It looks so empty right now, but this is just a build video. So I will actually probably take this down later, because I don't really care about money so much, in farming these. Although you never know, I might actually make a mini version of this on my new island. I just don't really farm a whole lot anymore. I don't really focus on any of that. I only farm if I need stuff. So if it was for animals or something like that, then I'd probably do it. Or if I was really desperate for money, then I'd probably do this. But it's just a great way, especially for if I want to level up one of my alts or something. The nice thing about these crops is they have 0 XP block, right? So if I were to make a ton of radishes and a ton of pumpkins, this is a great way for you to be able to get a ton of economy XP, because these are worth so much more. And I think they give if I recall, isn't it I think they give you 8 XP or something like that. I have to double check my docs, but I actually tested it, and I know they give you a lot of XP whenever you sell. Okay, is this the end? Are we at the edge here? Oh, you know what? I know what I did. I accidentally reversed it. So let's fix that. There we go. Okay. And let's reverse that. There we go. We're back on track. So we're going to go all the way to the edge here, to the very end of the map, and that's completely okay to do. Now, I may not have enough seeds. The nice thing about this, though, is it's completely expandable. So I'm going to show you how to do a couple layers, and it is completely expandable. Now, ideally, you're going to only focus on one crop at a time. If you do have a multiple crop kind of setup, you are going to need a macro at that point, because you need something that's actually going to swap between these seeds so that you can pretty much plant both of the crops. And I'm going to do a macro version of this, but again, you don't have to use it. You could just use it. You only need something that's going to spam the F key and something that's actually going to spam the left mouse button. And that's all you need. So let's go all the way. Let's speed this up a bit. This is about 333 blocks. So we're definitely going to run out of conveyors. We're going to have to make some more. All right, this should be the edge here. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to back up a bit. And I would say bring it back about right there. And then you're going to do this. See this block here? You're going to pretty much make a wall, right? Like that. And then you're going to do this. And then you're just going to keep yourself from falling off by just kind of walk on the edge here. So you stop, moving on the conveyor. Then you're going to bring this down a little bit, and you want this to be just tall enough for your body to actually, move from. And then you're going to connect right here. You're going to reverse it again, right? So you're going to drop down right here, and then you're going to reverse it again. And I did this on a really old island that I posted a while ago. I think it was on my island where I had like 1,000 fireflies. You remember my 1,000 firefly wall? If you didn't watch that video, that's a lot of fun to do. My island lagged so bad though, I couldn't keep it. I loved having it, but my island was so laggy, I couldn't keep it. So it was really unfortunate. Okay, so pretty much we're gonna go all the way back like this again. So just spam this all the way back. Okay, since we actually ran out of conveyors here, and we're not gonna have enough seeds to actually fill this up, I'm actually gonna cut it in half a bit. So I think what we're gonna do, just so I can really demonstrate this build to you, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this in half about right here. And pretty much all this is gonna go away, right? So we're gonna do all this. So I'm gonna take away all these conveyors, and then we're gonna shorten this so we can actually show a multi-layer build here. The nice thing is this is going to actually go as tall as you want. So you're not really limited like before, right? So before you would be limited to 330, right? 330 length to whatever kind of island kind of farm or build you're doing. And that's a 333 is actually a very short number, especially if you're doing a really long farm. So this gives you the ability to do like, you know, you could do like 30, 40, 50 different levels to this because you got the height now. You just have to have a lot of conveyors. So if you're trying to do like a full 6-minute build, you could probably do this very easily. You would just need a lot of conveyors to do it. So I'm pretty much going to grab some glass here. We're going to back up. We're going to put a little conveyor right there so we stop falling. There we go. I fell like 5 times. I edited it out, but man, it kept falling. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to do this. So let's build ahead of us and let's just kind of turn this around a little faster. We're going to go all the way down here. And then we already got the bar here, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we are just basically 1, 2, 3. So we're the third one down. So it's right there. There we go. And so we're going to drop down again and we're going to follow this process. So I'm only going to do probably like 3 layers because we don't need that many blocks, and we'll expand it if we need to, but you definitely want to go all the way to the edge here. So basically what's going to happen is once you get to this edge right here, then you would basically fall into the void, right? So you're going to want to make sure there's no platforms here. So all this stuff is going to be gone. All right, the next step in this process is, so you can either put the grass above or directly in front of you. So I'm actually gonna put it directly in front of me. So basically it's gonna look like this, right? And then all we gotta do is just stand on that. We can even auto-click this if we really wanted to. I'm not gonna auto-click it, it's not that many. So we're just gonna go straight across here, just as we would with any farm. And when you drop down, you're gonna do the same thing here. And you're just doing the left side. You're not gonna worry about the right side in this case, because we're not gonna touch the right side. And then you're gonna drop down. And now we just got to plow it all, of course. And I have a technique for plowing, by the way, especially if you're on PC. I don't know how well it would do on like mobile, but see how there's like this just little ledge here? You can just keep your mouse in position and just move like this. See how it's just like so much easier for me to click? So you can actually clear so much faster just by angling it correctly like this. And you just leave your cursor there and you just click, 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 and it just gets rid of it all. You can even auto-click it too. It works with auto-clickers. I'll show you what I mean again. I'm going to auto-click it this time. The nice thing about this method is you're not going to miss anything. Typically, if you're top-down auto-clicking, you're going to miss squares or tiles, but in this case, you don't miss any of them. So we're going to actually do both types of farms, but I'm going to be alternating between the seeds. So we're going to have slot 1 and slot 2. We're going to see how much seeds we have left. If we have enough seeds to do multiple layers, we'll definitely do that. And it doesn't matter if you have like, if you alternate them like this while you're planting, it doesn't really matter. So you see, I just mixed in some radishes. The way I'm designing this is that it doesn't matter if you have radishes or pumpkins. We're pretty much going to harvest it no different. All right, so we're at the edge here. So let's go ahead and build some more. We need another layer here because we still have like almost 300. So we may as well do another layer here. All right, we are planted. So pretty much when you fall, see how I'm just going to get dumped there and I'm going to start over, right? So how this is going to work now is I actually need to put a conveyor right here. So when we do respawn, it automatically puts me back where I need to be. So check this out. So if when I drop down, I'm going to be right here, right? So now what we need to do is we need to set up our auto clicker and our key presser. So I'm going to use a macro. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure pullover macro. I've made so many macro videos. So, you know, just go through some of my old videos if you need to, you know, figure out how to do these things. So in order to be able to do that correctly, we do need at least 1 seed here. And then we're going to need this one right here, right? So it's going to be like this. So we also need a pumpkin. If you don't have at least one of these or at least a couple of these in these slots before you start harvesting, things are going to get a little wacky, okay? If you're going to do a multi-seasonal kind of farm like I'm doing. So I'm going to show you on my screen here how I'm configuring all this. So here's my macro tool. I'm just going to go and insert key. We're going to hit the F key to actually collect the whatever harvest it is. We're going to make that a pretty quick action here. We're going to apply that. That way it collects very quickly. And then we're going to hit the 1 key. We're going to take 20 milliseconds on that. and we're going to do one for the 2 key as well. Same amount of time, 20 milliseconds. And then we need a left click. So we're pretty much going to be doing a left click as well. It's going to be about 20 milliseconds as well. So we don't really want to go under 20 milliseconds. Otherwise it gets bad. So now that we got the collect, we're going to basically click the 1. We're going to left click to plant that. And then we're going to do another one of these. So we're going to go and duplicate the F key here. And after we left click, we're going to collect the next one. Then we're going to hit the 2 because currently we should be on the 1. We're going to hit the 2. So that's basically going to select the radish. And we're going to left click. So let's go ahead and duplicate the left click. And after that, it's going to go back to 1, right? So it's going to loop this over and over and over. So before you start the macro, make sure you don't have any keys selected, by the way. So what you're going to want to do is face your character this way too. That way, when you drop off, you don't have any issues. But look, it's doing it. You can see I'm out of radishes right now, but as soon as I harvest a radish, I'm going to get another seed. But you just sit like this, and dude, this is going to run all night long for me. I've already got 90. Look how many pumpkins I already have. I already have 100 pumpkins. It gives you 4. I'm getting 4 pumpkins, up to 4 pumpkins on this. Sometimes you get up to 4 pumpkins. That is a lot of pumpkins. And I've already got like 4 radishes. So this is going to be really, really powerful. This is a really powerful farm. And then you drop down. You see it's doing on this. So pretty much at this point, I'm going to step away for a while so you can, I'll get a little time lapse of this. I'm going to leave this recording for a bit so you can see it complete, like, at least a couple times. Now, the one thing I will tell you though, these do take 6 minutes to actually grow. So, your loop's not going to really be ready by the time. So you're probably going to loop this. If you have a lot more layers, that will actually take you 6 minutes to clear. Then by the time you loop back to the first one, it's going to be ready and you can just keep seamlessly looping this. But I don't have enough seeds to be able to do that right now. So, you see, I only have a certain number of blocks, right? So by the time we're done with this, it's not going to be 6 minutes. It might be like 3 or 4 minutes. So, if you wanted to add something like maybe onions at the bottom, it might be worth it. So you can just keep adding more layers. I ran out of conveyors. So you would have to, obviously add a lot more conveyors, but this is probably like a 3-minute loop right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and step away for a bit, let this kind of harvest. But you see, look at how much I've already got. I've already got 200 radishes. So I'm just sitting here watching this. Look at how many I already have. This is absolutely crazy. I have 1,200, pretty much 1,200 pumpkin seeds already, and things are already ready to go. So this is completely seamless right now. I didn't know it would be seamless, but apparently everything's ready again. Everything's ready to be harvested already. So this is a completely seamless farm. I have to say, I didn't plan on keeping this on my island, but I'm definitely going to keep it. This is a really powerful farm. If you think about how much I'm going to get on my pumpkin seeds, I think when you sell them, I think they're worth like 55 to 60 coins or something like that each. And we're getting 3 to 4 at a time. They're a really powerful crop. I'm not getting any farming XP because I don't think I can earn more farming XP. So, but look at this. This is crazy. And the amount of economy XP I'm going to get from this is going to be really crazy too. It's such a simple design. It doesn't really require that many blocks. It just requires conveyors. Conveyors are probably your most expensive aspect of this, and obviously trying to collect all the different seeds. But this is so powerful. And as soon as Cletus arrives, it's summer, so he's gone. But as soon as he arrives, I'm going to be able to sell these. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope it inspires you to make a really cool seasonal farm. This is definitely going to be one of the most overpowered farms I've had besides the onion farm. My onion totem farm is still the most powerful I've ever made. The problem is it lagged like crazy, dude. It lags so bad, and this one's just so much easier, and this is way more compact. It's a lot more cost effective. It doesn't cost you millions to make. It is a little expensive because you got to make all these conveyors, but you can actually make all this stuff and buy all of your seeds, from Cletus whenever he comes by. So just, over time, just continue to build on it and get some money from, and farm from it. Add some star fruit seeds in there if you need to. You can even add bushes. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.